Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. TJ DOHENY gave everything, went out on his shield, but after 10 rounds against Nick Ball for the WBA Featherweight title, his corner pulled him out, rightly so. I mean, he took a horrendous beating. His right eye was just about shut. I think his jaw was probably broken. He had abrasions all over his face. I mean, for the first 3 or 4 rounds of this, he made it kind of competitive. And as a southpaw, perhaps he was giving, the very small Ball problems, because Nick Ball is very short. He's only about 5'2". He's a little. He calls himself the wrecking ball. I think fireball would be a good description as well. The 28-year-old from Liverpool. He's now moved to 22 wins with 13 KOs. He got 1 draw, which was that very questionable draw for the WBC title against Ray Vargas. But there's no doubt when it comes to pressure fighting, Nick Ball he makes himself even smaller and comes in with both hands. I mean, he loads up big time with both hands. He's got such a fantastic engine. And for the first 4 rounds, maybe, it was pretty competitive. DOHENY he showed a ton of guts. This guy, he couldn't quite get over the line with regards to world title fights, because his last fight was against Inoue at Super Bantam for all the marbles, and he got stopped in 7 rounds. It was a strange ending to that fight, because in the seventh round started, and then I think he was injured. He suffered some sort of injury and retired, and it wasn't Inoue's best performance, but at the same time, maybe you can give DOHENY a bit of credit for that, but no, this was a different type of defeat. This was a grinding defeat, which Nick Ball inflicted. It's quite strange, because at the end of, I think it was the second round, there's clearly bad blood between them, and the bell went. DOHENY was in his corner, and he had Nick Ball in a headlock and wouldn't let him go. And this was after the bell. And then when he did get free ball, he kicked DOHENY. He could have been thrown out for that. In fact, he did have a point taken off for roughhousing DOHENY. That was in the 9th round. But after about the 4th, it became pretty much one-way traffic, with DOHENY moving an awful lot, letting his hands go. Don't get me wrong. He was kind of running at times, but he wasn't just trying to survive. He was trying to. He was still trying to land punches, still trying to put a dent in Ball. But Ball is, as he says, like a wrecking ball. He just keeps coming. He's a very, very tough guy with an awful lot of. I think he's got an awful lot of gas in that tank. He can go 12 hard rounds, and has done in the past. He beat Ray Ford to win the WBA title, and Ford's a very, very good fighter indeed. And he probably should have had the verdict against Vargas, but DOHENY did his best. He gave everything. He was getting badly beaten up from about 6th or 7th round onwards, and it was a relief, really, when he was pulled out by his corner, quite rightly. I think the punt. It was a punch after the break that meant Ball lost a point, but it was kind of a moot point, literally a moot point, because he was winning the rounds, and there's just no way that DOHENY could come back and put a dent in him. It was pure one-way traffic from about the 4th onwards. And as whatever DOHENY tried, whatever resistance he tried to put up, knowing that this is the last time he's going to get a title shot, he can at least wake up tomorrow and say, do you know what? I gave it everything. When you think as far back as 2019, he fought for the IBF Super Bantamweight title, lost the majority decision to Daniel Roman, and he's had an up and down career. He lost decisions to Baluta. Baluta. That was over 8 rounds. That was a surprise, and he lost to Michael Conlon. He currently resides in Australia. I think he lost to Sam Goodman. And he's fought in Japan, he's fought in Australia, he's fought in Britain, he's fought in Dubai. He's had a sort of have gloves will travel up and down career, TJ DOHENY. But at 38, it is probably time for him to walk off into the sunset. He had his son, I think, in the ring with him before the fight started, and couldn't have been very nice for the kid watching his old man getting beaten up. I think DOHENY suffered a busted jaw as well. because his swelling on the side of his face was nasty. But good little fighter, Nick Ball. Good little fighter. He'll give anyone a row because he's so tough. He's so resilient. He's got such a great chin. They're talking about possibly trying to get Inoue to move up to featherweight to face Ball. I don't know. Is featherweight a division too far for Inoue? Probably not, but I think it's probably the last division that Inoue could conquer would be featherweight. I don't see him as a super feather. Don't forget he started at light fly, and he is 31, comes to 32, I think. Inoue, so he's probably not good. He's putting on natural weight, so yeah, featherweight might be okay. Him against Nick Ball, I would favour Inoue, but it would not be a foregone conclusion. Ball is strong. I mean, and he is kind of like his name. You know, he rolls towards you relentlessly, making himself even smaller and huge hooks. And he kind of punches. He kind of throws these real loaded up punches, sort of between your rhythm, if you know what I mean. Like the opponent will get into the rhythm. A Ball is very good at breaking up that rhythm because he punches almost. If you regard a rhythm as a beat, like say a 4/4 beat, he'll punch on say the third beat of the bar. You know what I mean? He'll break your rhythm up. And Doheny definitely couldn't get any kind of rhythm going because when he threatened to, Ball would just suddenly literally roll towards him, and there'd be these huge hooks coming at you. And like I say, Doheny is a southpaw. Maybe for the first few rounds that was giving Ball something to think about, the southpaw stance. But after a while, didn't really matter. I mean, Ball found the distance, he quickened his feet, he loaded up with big punches in both hands. He was banging to the body, probably not as much as he should, but when he did bang to the body, you know, he was getting Doheny's attention. Doheny was doing his best, firing his own punches. They weren't really having any effect on Ball, even though Doheny is 3-4 inches taller. And didn't look particularly small at featherweight. Nevertheless, he is a former super bantam. And he's 38 now as well. He's 38 now. Nick Ball's only 28. So probably the end for TJ DOHENY, Nick Ball. Unifications maybe. What about a rematch with Vargas? Inoue, if he wants to come up, that would be a good fight, good fun fight. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But well done to Nick Ball. Still the WBA Featherweight champ. Commiserations to a very, very brave TJ DOHENY. And we'll see what happens next. So what did you think? Did you see this fight? If you did, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I always like to hear your opinions. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, do all that good stuff. I have to say, now that red triangle, Everton red triangle, Liverpool stable, that's really flying at the moment, really flying. And Nick Ball seems to be leading the charge. So let me know what you think. Comments below, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing, and I'll catch you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Bye for now.